Hey, what is up, YouTube? Murderous Enemy here, coming at you with the Xbox One PS4 talk. Real quick, you might want to stick with me here through the beginning. I had a lot of host migrations trying to get into an online game, and it took a while just to join a game, but the game actually ends up being on Nuketown, and it's a domination game because I joined the domination anyway, so that's what you want to be looking out for here in the beginning. It takes me a while just to get started, but let's just jump right into it. Excuse me. So basically what's been going on with the new talk is the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, Xbox seemingly have made up for their mistakes, which has been, the whole used games. People were really into used games, but they didn't really want to, Xbox, the whole thing with used games is Xbox didn't want used games anymore. And everyone was like, what? Why? We love used games. What's wrong with that? And the reason basically for used games, if you don't already know already, the big controversy behind it is used games was oh my god, I can't talk. Ended up starting by actually GameStop invented the whole thing with trading in and comparing and buying used games. And basically what this is if you go into the store, you go into GameStop and you buy a $60 brand new copy of Black Ops 2. And basically what happens is GameStop gets, like, I don't know what the percentage is, but they'll get a percentage of the profit. And then the publishing companies like Activision and Infinity Ward, that's how they get paid too. Treyarch, that's how they get paid too, is from you buying a new game. And so what GameStop did is like, okay, well, $60 is $60. Let's lower the prices down. So basically, what they did is that you go in and you want to buy a used game of Black Ops 2. Now, instead of costing $60, that game now costs you, well, let's say $50 or $45. So obviously, if you're the customer, you're going to go, wow, do I want to spend $60 or do I want to spend $45? So obviously, you're going to go and you're going to buy the $45 game. Now, what you don't realize what actually happens with that is the reason Best Buy or GameStop makes the prices low is because they keep 100% of the profit and the publishing companies do not. Now, do I personally think that's right? No. But am I going to still go and buy the $45 copy of Black Ops 2? Of course. So it's really going back and forth all over, just what you want to do. But so that's been the huge controversy with the Xbox. So they had this huge thing where they're like, okay, you buy a game, it latches onto your console, the Xbox One, and you cannot buy used games. Basically, because the publishing companies were getting chipped out of the deal, basically. And when everyone heard that, they didn't do the whole research on it, and then so they were all like, oh man, but we loved used games, and I want to trade my game with my friend. And so that was one huge downside with the Xbox One, was if I take my game and I want to go play it at my friend's house, I can't do that, or I have to pay as much as the game is just to play it on my friend's console. So basically, they just had a recent update where you only have to connect to the internet one time to get this new update that supposedly makes the Xbox One that much better. And basically this update allows used games. So you can trade games, you can buy used games, you can take your game over to your friend's house to see if he wants to play it before he actually wants to buy it. And we can go back to our wonderful gaming community that we started out with. So that is one update that happened with the Xbox One. Now again, we're going to go over onto the area launch, or I don't know what you call it, regional lock or whatever. There's no longer a regional lock. You can work, you can be in Afghanistan, overseas, and you don't have to connect to the internet 100% of the time. You only have to connect one time to get this new update that gets rid of all the other crap that they were pulling in the beginning. So basically that's their second huge thing. Now people say that there's three things. I don't really get that whole Xbox fees or whatever. We're not too sure. That's kind of a gray area still. We're not exactly sure if it's 100% backwards compatible yet. We still think it's not. And basically, if you don't know what that means, it means you can't play Xbox 360 games actually on the Xbox One. So now then is, well, okay, Xbox, thank you for fixing all of your mistakes that everybody all over the internet have been yelling at you for. So should I now go out and buy an Xbox One? So this is the hugest decision that people have to make right now. And this is basically where I'm sitting it at from my perspective. Now, Xbox, I see Xbox is like, why did they try to force us with all these online fees, online passes, and all of this just stupid stuff that we didn't even need to begin with. Real quick note, I love this kill cam because I totally own this guy, and I come in this wonderful dramatic on the left side here. I come on the left right here. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm sorry, off topic, but back out as I was saying for the Xbox One is I love Xbox. If you've seen any of my other videos, any of my other Black Ops 2 videos, you know that I've been with Xbox ever since the original Xbox with the crappy controllers. So now with the new Xbox One, it's the whole TV setup and everything, and I just honestly feel just let down that they were trying to pull this kind of crap that people actually they think would buy. I just don't understand why they'd even think about trying it to begin with. And so, yes, that they did fix some of the mistakes. One, okay, here's my arguments for should I get a PS4 or an Xbox One. Do I want to pay $60 a year for an Xbox One, Xbox Live Gold membership card? And the answer to that is, well, I've been doing this ever since the Xbox 360, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. So the PS3, or PS4, my bad, actually comes out and saying, well, we're not going to drop our online pass down to free for the gold, premium, whatever their thing is. I don't know much about the PS4, but basically whatever their version of the Xbox Live thing is. But we're not going to make it free, but what we're going to do is we're going to make it $50 a year. And so immediately that basically cuts right below that Xbox One fee, which is what's $10 shorter, and you have your Xbox for what, 6 years? That's a full game right there. But I mean, $10 when you're spending the amount of money it is for these consoles is absolutely nothing. So then you have to look at actually the graphics and what's going on. Now the graphics themselves, no one can 100% judge for sure. I mean, you have people thinking that the Xbox is Xbox and Microsoft is Microsoft, so they got to be better. But Sony, I mean, you can't leave them out again with the PS4. The PS4 kind of has been floating low radar, and the only reason that all this controversy happened is because Sony just decided they didn't want to hop on board with this whole Xbox One stuff. And they didn't want to charge people all these different fees. They didn't want to lock their disc. They wanted just the gaming community to stay the same. And so now that Xbox had this whole shenanigans going on with all this, and they're backtracking, people just, okay, they're fine, let's go out and buy the Xbox One. So I've been kind of going around the question, so I'm just going to fly. So here's basically my opinion. I personally felt let down from Xbox One. However, I think it is amazing that they learned from their mistake and they are actually listening to the public in some sort. So I give them credit for that. However, I'm still probably, actually I am 100% going to be going with the PS4 unless Xbox One does another huge turnaround. They maybe drop the fee down on the online passes, or they actually get amazing explicit content strictly for the Xbox One, or it actually 100% works and all the regional things work like they say they're going to work and there's no glitches whatsoever and the graphics are significantly better. Now, the odds of all of those things happening are little to none, and it's basically you make a choice. Are you going to go with PlayStation or are you going to go with Xbox? Well, like I said, I'm just going to go with PlayStation, honestly. I don't want to go through hoops. I mean, they've been doing all these things. Do you want to continuously keep jumping through hoops with the Xbox? Oh, there's updates here, there's updates there. Or do you just want to flat out know what you're getting with the PS4 and that's it? And so I personally think I'm not going to bother with jumping through hoops and making all these videos with a bunch of updates saying, oh, here's what happened with the Xbox One today, here's what happened with the Xbox One yesterday, here's what's going to happen in the future. I'm just going to be sticking with it, and I really hope that the PS4 is good because I've seen some reviews online and I am pretty impressed. It's not like it's just a console anymore as well. They actually did a lot of it's more of a gaming community. The Xbox One went more for the TV kind of apps and family sharing plans, and the PS4 totally went for the actual gaming aspect, and that's the whole reason I fell in love with the Xbox, was because it was all for gaming. And then they made all of these just different changes and everything, and I didn't really understand what they were actually going for. I didn't know. I didn't really get it. Like I said, my personal opinion, PS4 is going to be the way to go. It's also $100 to $200 less than the other one, than the actual Xbox One is, but there's so many videos all over YouTube showing the new PS4 updates. If you haven't seen them already, I suggest you go out and look for them because it is pretty awesome. It's not just, oh, the PS4 is just going to be like the PS3 with no dashboard or no online games. I mean, I'm sure you're going to have its flaws, and I'm sure it's had its flaws, and it definitely is still part of the problem of the used games thing with the publishing companies. However, I just don't understand how you can completely get rid of that because there's so many just different things going wrong with the online just publishing companies and everything. Anyway, that's basically my whole opinion. If you have your opinion, just drop a comment below. If you want to know what's going on in the video online footage right now, you just can see that I'm pulling my diamond sniper. I was getting my butt handed to me this entire game, and I probably should have started sniping a lot sooner because I actually got like 1 kill, I think, but I was just rushing. I was trying to make a nice video, even though I got my kill streaks in the beginning and completely died. I apologize. I have a little bit of cold. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. If you thought this video was at least remotely entertaining, make sure that you check out any of my other videos. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. I'm Murderous Enemy, and have a nice day. Thanks, guys.